I'm literally laying in bed hiding from my children that I love so much. But it's just been one of those days where I haven't even had 5 minutes to myself all day. And I'm like, I just want to make a video and then you can have me. You can have me back as much as you want me. So I'll keep it short and sweet. The first thing I want to say is happy birthday, Bethany. I adore you and I appreciate you more than I could use any words to say and express. You have definitely taught me how to just be there, how to show up and be a friend no matter what. And I really value you and I love you. And I'm so glad that you're my friend. It's such a blessing to know you. Woo! Okay. Um, I've been thinking a lot about how I thought my life would go and how it's actually gone, and how I'm so glad that it did not go the way that I thought it would go. To make it short and sweet, I remember looking at my dear friend Ava, and she is a worship leader, but she's been a worship leader for years. And when her first child was born and they were young, and her husband is a merchant marine, she was leading worship and she had a baby. And I just remember like being in awe of like having being a mom or having a family and being a worship leader. And that seems awesome, and yet not anything that I would want to do. And yet I felt like in that moment of having that realization that the Lord was like, "Oh, you're going to marry a worship leader." And I was like, no, I'm not going to serve the church in that way. Oh, I have my mind made up. Anyways, as it would, turn out, I did marry a worship pastor and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's definitely come with its sacrifices. And I think the greatest thing that I love about it is that, it changed the way that I related to the Lord and the way that He drew me out in new ways, because I was really comfortable um, feeling like the most intimate times in my life were when I was in a church service having corporate worship. But when you have two young kids and your husband is the worship pastor, you don't get to go to church with him, and you certainly don't get to, have someone there to watch your kids while you're trying to worship. So for me, I had to really work on personal times of worship had to become really important. And then other ways to relate to him, like times of silence, which is just like gold when you're a mom, and all these really great things that I just didn't even know were things that he could draw out of me. And he's such a good and tender-hearted father, and he knows that there's more in us than we see and that we know, and he gives us more than we could have ever expected. And it's an amazing thing to be able to look back a decade later and be like, man, 21-year-old Michelle would probably be flipping out if you told her that she was married with two children, owned a home, and still lived in Santa Maria. But 31-year-old Michelle is feeling so blessed and so stoked, does not have it all together, hasn't had a moment to herself all day today, and is just super stoked that we have a God who's gracious, who's merciful, who loves us, and who knows us better than we know ourselves, and says, hey, you think you want this, but this is what you need, and you will be amazed at the person that you are because of it. And I also don't in any way put God in a box, and I don't think my desire to travel comes from a bad place. I'm 100% convinced that there will be a time where I will get to do those things that I truly believe are from Him. So I hope you guys have had a really great day. I hope you continue to have a really good day. I hope you're super blessed, and that you can just see the fact that, where God has you may not have, be where you thought you'd be, but it's somewhere. And He's blessing you, and He's drawing things out in you and in others that you didn't know were there. And so love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye.